As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her clients' rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Sometimes life pulls you from up here to down here to teach you a lesson. And you're in a valley right now. And there are lessons in this valley. I hope you learn from them.
Objective, independent justice.
You can always turn your life around. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Joseph Robs is suing fellow cosmetic salesperson Paula Nunes in the amount of $1,543.71. Mr. Robs claims Ms. Nunes stole his singing sales pitch after he took her under his wing and says it cost him valuable client base.
Mr. Robs, you are suing Ms. Nunes for $1,543.71. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and what's your relationship with the defendant?
The defendant and I work for the same cosmetics consulting sales company.
Okay, and how long have you worked there, ma'am?
I've worked there only a year now.
A year, okay. Yeah. And so what do you do there?
I do like these pitch parties at my home.
Okay, so you're a salesperson then?
Yes, exactly.
And what do you do there?
Same thing, sales.
You both are in sales?
Yes.
Okay, and how long have you worked there?
About 5 years now.
Okay, so as part of your sales pitches, you say you do pitch parties?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what does that mean?
So yeah, I meet with clients. I invite them all over to my home.
Right.
I come from a performance background.
Okay.
So I only started doing the sales. It was part-time initially,
okay,
just to make some additional income. And my initial sales pitches working with clients wasn't really going so well.
Right.
You know, you see women and they're like, why would I listen to a guy about, makeup
right,
and stuff like that. But I've always had an interest in, makeup and cosmetics.
Okay, and you apply to makeup? You do all of that?
Yeah, I show them, different ways, so they can do their face,
right,
do their makeup, show this
I know, you invite
selling.
a bunch of ladies over, you bring the products out, you give them cakes and cookies and wine, and
yes,
you
exactly,
hope they buy your products.
So, initially it wasn't working out. I couldn't get clients, but then I realized I have this performance background.
Right.
So I wanted to.
Okay, before you tell me about it, I want to ask you this. What was your sales pitch before you got involved with the plaintiff?
I throw events as well.
Oh, you had events? Like what kind of
Yes.
events did you have?
Most of them are brunch events where I have entertainers come and they
Right,
would do the pitch for me.
right,
So sometimes comedies, sing-alongs.
Right. But aren't you trying to sell products?
That's not true.
But aren't you trying to sell beauty products?
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
seem like these events spend a lot of time with eating and looking at people dancing and singing.
So yes, Your Honor, I do that, but the way that I look at it, you're providing a whole experience to these women. A lot
right,
of them are married or have kids or
right,
really don't have the time to really take care of themselves.
Right.
So when they come to my events, it's like, a nice hangout event. So
It's like a social event.
It's like a
for them.
social event.
Oh,
It's not
okay,
just about the products. It's providing an experience in the community for them.
Okay, so tell me about these events. How would you put them on?
Right now I have a solid list of clients. So
Okay,
I have my regulars that I've had for a
okay,
few years now.
okay.
And we come, I start and I'll do, like a soft icebreaker. I tell some jokes, catch up with stuff that's going on in their lives about their marriages
Right,
and relationships, about their
really?
kids.
Right.
We have wine, specifically.
When do y'all talk about the products?
So we get to that, Your Honor, but like I said, it's the full experience, right?
Right.
You don't just rush into give me your money. You
Right,
want people to really have a reason to,
but
for why
don't
should
you
they should
need
do
to
that.
sell products?
I do. So then I get into, I do like a little bit of song and stuff about our products
You
and
sing?
what we can do. I do, Your Honor.
You sing at these events?
I do sing at these events, Your Honor.
Show me what you do. I just came in and I'm looking for some lipstick.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right,
and then
so
you do what?
If you can't afford fillers and surgery, then I've got what you need. Makeup and creams for beauty queens, buy from Joey. Things like that. So I do a little bit of that,
Right,
and then some more stuff, and then we talk about the products, what you can do for crow's feet,
right,
fine lines and wrinkles.
And when you put these on, are you by yourself or you have an assistant helping you?
I'm by myself, except
Okay,
for I had her shadowing me initially,
okay,
but
how
other than that, I
many
always
times
do it
did you
by
do
myself.
that?
Do what, Your Honor?
Shadow him.
I was shadowing him for probably a month.
About a month you shadowed
Yeah.
him? And how often would you put these events on?
I do them twice a month, Your Honor.
Twice a month. So twice she shadowed you?
Yes.
Okay, so why are you suing her now?
So I'm suing her now. When I first met her, it was at a regional meeting for our company. They bring in all the sales leads
Right,
from this area.
right,
And I'm one of the top sales leads, so they give us like a leaderboard basically of you know, like who's selling the most. And she was new, she was right at the bottom of the list, and I saw her and I'm like, you know what? Let me help a sister out. She seemed nice, kind of fly, you know, she could use some tips on how to do her own makeup and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So I was like, if I show her a little bit, maybe it'll help her with her own
What were you
client
gonna
base.
say?
I don't think I needed tips on how to put on makeup.
Okay, well,
but,
I mean,
you know.
something worked because you're making more money now.
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
I don't understand why you're suing her.
That's not
why
true.
are you suing her?
Because she's stealing my clients and she's stealing my sales
not
pitch after
stealing
she agreed that she was.
Okay, where's your proof that she has stolen a client?
That's what Tony can speak to.
And later,
Was she using the card in the way that you agreed?
Yes, until she and her boyfriend made some spontaneous purchases in the Bahamas.
closed captioning provided by. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Joseph Robs, who is suing Paula Nunes for $1,543.71.
So you took under your wing.
I took her under my wing.
She shadowed you twice.
She shadowed me twice, but before that I said, you know, like, I want you to see what I do to kind of open up her mind to some new ideas.
Okay.
But don't steal what I do, come up with your own thing.
Right.
But just to give you a different idea of what's possible.
Okay,
And she
so what
agreed
happened?
to that.
So what happened?
She agreed to that. She said she wouldn't steal from me, wouldn't steal my client. She came and shadowed me a few times. And then I went on vacation, you know, towards the end of last year, right at the very end for like around the Christmas holiday.
Right.
My sales were great at the end of last year, the last trimester. I was selling above the average for a sales leader in our company.
Okay. Why are you suing her now?
So I didn't really know why. Like, my regulars weren't buying from me. I wasn't getting as much sales. And then I get a call from one of my very first clients,
Right.
Tony, who I actually have here as a witness today, Your
Okay.
Honor. And she's like, yeah, I went to a sales party that one of my friends invited me to. And it was hosted by the girl that used to shadow you.
Okay.
And she's doing literally like your exact same pitch.
Okay, but how did Tony come to one of your events?
Yes, she did.
So now Tony is your client?
No, she's
No,
actually
Tony's
his
my client. Her
Okay.
friend Sally was one of my clients,
Okay.
who's now going
Her
to
client.
Paula. Yeah.
And-
I actually met Sally in the grocery store one day, and Sally was asking me about my styling, and that's how it came up. I was like, okay, well, if you
Your
want
Honor,
to
What do you
find
mean?
out
Wait,
more.
stop. What do you mean you're styling?
The business that I do, besides the beauty, cosmetics, it's
What is
styling,
that?
personal styling.
You mean like wardrobe?
Yes,
So
that's
she
how
came.
Tony saw.
Your
Why
Honor,
are you
that's not
suing
true.
her? I don't understand why you're suing her.
That's not
Why
true.
are you suing her?
Because she's stealing my clients and she's stealing my sales
not
pitch after
stealing
she agreed that she
clients.
was.
Okay, which client has she stolen
So
from
the
you?
woman that she's saying she met at the grocery store,
Yeah.
that's a lie. She was one of my clients.
Where
that was
is she here? Is that Tony?
No, Tony
No,
is Sally's friend.
Sally's not
Okay,
here.
let's
Tony-
stop. Where's your proof that she has stolen a client?
Well, Tony, my witness, can
Tony's
speak
going to tell me
to-
what somebody else told Tony.
No, but Tony was at the parties that she does with
Right.
Sally. They went together.
Right.
So she
But
can
how do
speak
I
to-
know that Sally is no longer your client and other people are no longer your client?
I have proof of how my sales have gone down,
Okay,
Your
that
Honor.
doesn't tell me anything. You have to prove to me that this lady stole money from you, your
Yeah,
sales.
that's what I'm saying. So it's when you steal.
Okay, what is her technique? What technique has she stolen from you?
That's what Tony can speak to.
No,
She's seen it all.
this is your case.
Okay.
What is it that she stole?
She steals my songs, the whole layout
Like that
of it,
song that you just...
like that song that I just did.
Can you do that song he just did?
Sorry, I usually have performers that do not even that song,
That's
other
not
songs.
true.
Like we make up and create pictures of our own.
Okay, so you have a song.
No, not right now.
Did you ever sing a song?
Never.
Can you sing?
No. I sing along sometimes, but
Is
I don't
Tony
sing.
going to tell me
She's
that
going to tell
she
you
can
something
sing?
completely different. Yes, Your Honor.
Court calls Tony Doon. I thought I was getting ready to leave the bench, but we got to talk to Tony Doon. Come forward and be sworn, please. Raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Was there an occasion where you went to a presentation by the defendant?
Yes, I did.
Okay, how did you get there? I mean, were you invited?
I was at the grocery store with my friend Sally, who's unfortunately going through a divorce, and I've
Right.
been supporting her. And we were at the grocery store, and Paula came up to us, and I recognized Paula right away because Joseph is like the reason why I can do my makeup like this, so I owe a lot to him. And I remember seeing her shadowing him at
Right.
one of his presentations, and I
Right.
recognized her. And she comes up and she starts telling us about how we really should go to one of her parties because as a woman, she really knows how to put on makeup and we shouldn't be listening to advice of a man, et cetera, et cetera.
Did you go to her house for a party?
I did.
Why did you go?
Because Sally really wanted to go.
No, but Sally could have gone by herself. You've been happy with this man for 2 years. Why would you go to her party?
Because Sally's going through a divorce and she really needed support. And she's like, I don't want to go by myself. I tried to convince her out of it. She didn't listen to me.
So you went.
I just want to be to support
What happened at her party?
So I go to her party and she had performers there, but she was singing along too, and they were singing exactly the same jingle that he does. And then I started realizing that she was using intel that she had gotten from shadowing him. So she starts asking Sally about her divorce, and she knew all these details from following.
She could have found that out from anybody. All this gossiping that goes on at these events.
But she doesn't, I mean, she doesn't know them outside. And Joseph's known us for a while.
How do you know who she knows?
She's not even from this area, Your Honor. She only, literally, she was brand new when I met her.
Let me just say, you are on real shaky ground here. You're on real shaky ground. It didn't get any sturdier because you brought a witness in here either. You can't prove to me that this lady has taken anybody from you. You say she can sing, but I don't understand all this performing that goes on at these events where it's about sales. If you're a good salesman, the focus is on sale. You got me, you're plying me with champagne, and you got me watching entertainment. You got me sitting around gossiping. I've been here an hour and a half waiting for a presentation to show me how to do this to my face, and it's 3 o'clock and I gotta go pick my child up from the babysitter.
Your Honor.
It sounds like it sounds more like a social event than a sales event. And you have not carried the burden of proof that this lady somehow took away money out of your pocket. I'm ready to rule judgment for the defendant. Good luck to you.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
I knew you stole my business model. I just couldn't prove it today.
I didn't steal anything from you. I'm just a better salesperson than you.
Coming up.
I paid for the expenses of the vacation and everything that was related to our wedding was paid by her on that credit card.
When we were in the Bahamas, it was so beautiful and romantic, we decided to get married.
Dad, did you know Leo?
Yes.
Did you approve of him?
No.
Closed captioning provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Owen Henderson is suing his daughter, Serafina Peters, and her husband, Leo, in the amount of $1,700. Mr. Henderson claims he opened a credit card in his daughter's name and says she racked up charges without his consent after the couple decided to elope.
So, Mr. Henderson, you're suing your daughter?
Yes.
Miss Serafina Peters? And who's this, your husband, Leo Peters?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're suing her for $1,700 for some charges she put on your credit card?
Yes. There are 3 unapproved charges.
Okay, what were the charges? What were the actual charges?
Well, as they are listed here on the itemized statement, one is for Gigi's Boutique, $984. Another is for Garen's Bahama Eatery, $439. Lowland Bar, $277.
Okay, so how is it that you got to have your father's credit card to begin with?
It's not my father's credit card,
Whose
Your
credit
Honor.
card is
It's
it?
my credit card.
Okay, who pays the bill?
He does. For the first 3 years, our agreement when we opened it with his credit as collateral
You're
in
not
my
even
name.
looking at your daughter. Are you mad with her?
We have not spoken for a while.
It's true, Your Honor.
When he gave you the card, what was the understanding?
We opened the card in my name against his credit when I graduated from college.
Okay.
With the agreement that for the first 3 years, he would pay the charges while I set up my post-grad life.
Okay, so was she using the card in the way that you agreed for the first, how long?
It's been a year and a half.
A year and a half? Was she using it the way she was supposed to?
Yes, until she and her boyfriend made some spontaneous purchases in the Bahamas where they were vacationing.
So these are vacation expenses?
Well, I paid for the expenses of the vacation and everything that was related to our wedding was paid by her on that credit card.
When we were in the Bahamas, it was so beautiful and romantic, we decided to get married. So the charges that he's talking about specifically...
Well, how long had y'all been dating?
3 years.
Okay,
We have been together for 3
Dad,
years.
did you know Leo?
Yes.
Did you approve of him?
No.
Coming up.
But you never went to a restaurant and spent $430. I know
well,
that.
no, but I assumed it was a special occasion.
Yeah, but it was a special occasion to you, not for him.
Closed captioning provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Owen Henderson, who is suing Serafina and Leo Peters for reimbursement of funds.
How old are you?
23, Your Honor.
You're 23.
And we've been together for 3 years.
3 years.
Right, but you didn't think about your families when you were there, that maybe your mama and your daddy, maybe your daddy wanted to give you away? And it seems to me you already knew your daddy didn't care that much for Leo, that this is just going to make it an even more strained relationship to go off to some foreign country and get married. What was the $430 for?
I believe that's the dinner.
What kind of dinner?
Our celebration dinner, because
who came to the celebration dinner?
It was at the 5-star.
It was the two of us.
Yes.
At a
You thought your father should pay that?
He's never had issues
Okay,
paying
but this was something way outside of what he had agreed to.
A few times a month, regularly since we opened the card, I pay for dinner and drinks.
Right, but you never went to a restaurant and spent $430. I know that.
No, but I assumed it was a special occasion.
Yeah, but it was a special occasion to you, not for him. Y'all should have paid these expenses.
Well,
this is not something you guys go run off to a foreign country, get married, don't call mama, don't call daddy, don't call your parents, and then say, oh, but here's the bill.
I didn't want Leo to have to pay for everything. I wanted to contribute as well.
Okay, but what'd you pay for then? What do you mean I wanted to contribute? What did you pay for? You sitting here looking at your daddy in courts expecting him to make these payments.
Yes.
You a big girl, now daddy, you need to cut that credit card off. That is a new family over there. There's the man of the house right there. And he should be paying her bills. Cut the credit card off.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. Promotional consideration provided by. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
These charges were your charges outside of the agreement that your father had with you. So you owe him the $1,700. When are you going to be able to pay that?
I don't know.
Leo, when are you going to be able to help pay that?
I'll be able to pay it off in next 2 months.
60 days? Okay.
Yes.
Is that good for you, 60 days to pay?
Yes.
Okay. What's going to happen to this relationship? You know, they may have children.
Well, when you expect your first baby, you have a lot of time to make decisions about the expenses for that baby.
Right.
Very different from a spontaneous wedding in the Bahamas.
You're going to wait till she gets pregnant and has the time to think and plan to try to make the relationship work again.
Yes, and she and I can discuss the expenses that they will
So
need.
let's just hold off till you get pregnant. And then your daddy is willing to sit down and talk to you about mending your relationship. Strange family habits here. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,700. Good luck to you.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The co-defendants are ordered to pay $1,700.
Congratulations on your marriage and all of your credit card expenses.
Let me know when you're ready to have a real relationship with us.
This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.